In today's video, you are going to learn how to write new functions. Let's add this topic to our list of topics that you have learned so far. We'll call it writing new functions. In the last video, you learned a little bit about built-in functions, which are functions that come with R whenever you download R. You learned about mean, for example, which takes the average of a group of numbers, and you took the average of 0 to 100 in the last lesson. You also learned about the plus and how that's a function as well. It's a function that R makes easier to use by changing how you can use it from this form to this form. But what if you want to write a function that is not built into R? You want to write a new function to do something that is helpful to whatever job you are trying to do. R, just like most programming languages, allows you to write new functions and to save them so that you can use them for later. This topic is a little bit more advanced than what's come before, but if you get confused or anything, just keep trying to learn and remember that this is more to help you learn a little bit about functions, even though you might not always be writing new functions. This lesson will help you understand what is happening when you use functions in R. First, let's use our help function to look up function. And I run that code, and in my help window, my R documentation brings up the function definition. You can see that the description says these functions provide the base mechanisms for defining new functions in the R language. The important part here is the new functions part. We want to make a new function. Under usage, you can see that you might type function, open parentheses, arglist, which is an argument list, and then some type of expression. Don't worry too much about these specific words. You'll learn more about what they mean in a second whenever you do it. Down in examples, you can see that this might be how you write a function. You might type something here, then use this assignment operator, this assignment symbol, just like you've been using for variables. And then you might type function, and then this, and then this. So let's give it a try. Even though this documentation doesn't give us all the answers, it gives us a good idea of where to start. Google and other internet searches can also help you if you're trying to figure out how to do something like write a new function. Let's pick something simple, like adding 10 to a number. What if we have a bunch of numbers and we get tired of typing plus 10 for each one, and we want to write a function that automatically adds 10 to a number? We start by naming the function. Let's call it add 10. The purpose of a function is to do some job and to make some job easier involving whatever you're working with in R. Here we're working with numbers. So you're going to give the function a number. That's called the input. The function is going to do something with the number. That's what's happening inside the function. In this example, the function will add 10, the number 10, to whatever number you give it. And then the function gives something back. That's the output, or the return value. And in this case, we want the number that we put in to get returned with 10 added. So first, we use our assignment operator. This is a variable name, add 10, and we're assigning it to the function itself. So we type function, open parentheses. This function is what's happening here in the R documentation. We're using the function in order to create a new function. Inside the first set of parentheses, we want to provide the list of arguments. So here we just want to call it number. This is going to be the number that we give the function that we want to add 10 to. And then we do open brackets and we just do number plus 10. That's it. So we called the function add 10. We assign this name to the function to create a new function. We're going to give it a number as the input, and then that number inside the function, this is what's happening inside the function, is going to get 10 added to it. And automatically it's going to return or give us this number plus 10 as its return value. Whenever you want to use add 10, now you type add 10, open parentheses, and give it a number like this. What this is telling the function is that we're putting 15 instead of this variable number. So 15 is going to get passed into the body of the function, and 15 plus 10 will give us 25 back. So let's run all of this code. You can see that the add 10 function has been added to our environment, and you can see that 25 has been returned.